All right, welcome. Class is officially in session, and today we are talking about something that every single one of us deals with: money. More specifically, we're going to learn how to make smarter choices every single time we pay for something, turning what feels like a simple action into a really powerful financial strategy. So just picture this for a second. You're at the checkout, you're ready to buy something. You reach into your pocket, and you've got this choice to make. It seems like no big deal, right? But what if I told you that this little decision, the one you make every day, is actually one of the most important ones you can make for your financial future? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. So here's our roadmap, our lesson plan for today. We're going to start with the why, like why this even matters. Then we'll build up our financial toolkit with some key vocab. After that, it's practice time with real-world situations. We'll tackle online safety and even get ready for the unexpected. Just stick with me, and I promise by the end of this, you'll be thinking like a real payment expert. Okay, let's dive right in with the big question. Why should you even care how you pay? Well, it's because it's about so much more than just the money leaving your account. We're talking about security, we're talking about convenience, and maybe most importantly, your financial control. And as you're about to see, the world of payments is way more interesting than you might think. Okay, at first glance, I know, this looks a little complicated. This chart shows the whole payment ecosystem. And you might be surprised to see that, yeah, good old-fashioned checks still make up a huge chunk of the pie, especially for big things like rent or business payments. But for us today, we're going to zero in on the payment methods we use at the checkout, day in and day out. All right, before we can get all strategic, we need to speak the language. You know, every field has its key terms, and finance is definitely no exception. So let's build our vocabulary. Think of these as the absolute must-know concepts. First up, the most basic building block of all, a transaction. It sounds fancy, but really, anytime you buy a coffee, download a game, or pay for a bus ticket, boom, you just completed a transaction. It's the core action of any purchase. Simple as that. Next up is a big one, liability. Seriously, this is important. The main question you should always ask yourself is this: if something goes wrong and the money just vanishes, who's on the hook for it? Understanding this one concept is absolutely central to knowing your risk with any payment method. And of course, that leads us directly to security. In this digital world we live in, protecting your money and your information is everything. Just think of security as your digital armor. You know, your PINs, your passwords, all that encryption. That's the stuff that stands between your cash and someone who might want to take it. And our final key term, the digital wallet. This is just the app on your phone that holds all your card information for you. Remember that question from the beginning? Cash, card, or phone? Well, this is the magic that makes that phone option possible. All right, class, vocab lesson is officially over. Now it's time for the fun part, putting what we've learned into action. For these next few scenarios, I want you to be the financial expert. Let's break down some common situations you probably run into all the time. Okay, case number 1. You're at the store grabbing school supplies. Total comes to $42.50. Now, you could use cash, but what happens if you drop that cash on the way out? Poof, it's gone. A debit card, on the other hand, is protected by your PIN. But here's the real kicker. That debit card creates a digital paper trail, which makes it super easy to track exactly where your money is going. Okay, scenario 2. You're at the mall. You see a $65 hoodie you absolutely love, but you also wanted to see a movie later. If you're using cash, you're basically just guessing how much you have left. This is where a debit card or a payment app is a total game changer. The second you buy that hoodie, your balance updates. It's real-time information, which means no more guesswork and way better budgeting. We have all been here, trying to split a pizza bill. Cash can get so awkward. Who has the right change? And nobody wants to be stuck with that "I'll pay you back later" promise, right? A digital wallet solves this whole thing perfectly. You can transfer your exact share instantly. It's fast, it's accurate, and it avoids all that awkward social friction. So we've pretty much mastered in-person payments. Now, let's take our skills online. I mean, shopping from your couch is amazing, but it is a completely different playing field with its own unique risks. It's time to level up our security game for the digital world. Let's take a look at the scorecard for online shopping. A credit card gets a perfect 5 out of 5 for security, while a debit card, well, it's lagging behind. So why the big difference? It all comes down to that word we learned earlier: liability. See, when you use a credit card, you're technically spending the bank's money. If fraud happens, the bank fights to get their money back. But with a debit card, That's your money, gone from your account, and it's on you to fight to get it back. That is a huge, critical distinction. Okay, pop quiz time. Meet Marcus. He found a cool new website, typed in his debit card info, and now he's seeing a bunch of charges he never made. This is a classic online trap. So what's his first move? What should he do? His response has to be immediate. Step 1, call the bank right away and freeze that card. That stops the bleeding. Step 2, as you can see, he needs to change his passwords, and not just for his bank, but for any account that uses a similar password. And he has to turn on two-factor authentication. That's a massive extra layer of security. And finally, step 3. He needs to become a detective, keeping a close eye on his bank statements and credit reports for any other weird activity. We've covered daily spending, we've covered online shopping. Now it's time for the boss battle, the unexpected emergency. Having a good payment strategy isn't just about being convenient. It can literally be a lifesaver when things go wrong. Just take a look at what happened to Leo. He's on a school trip, he's far from home, and his one and only card gets declined. Suddenly, he has no way to buy dinner or even get on the bus. This is the ultimate nightmare scenario, and it really shows the danger of putting all your eggs in one basket. So, how do we make sure what happened to Leo never happens to us? With a smart travel kit. You have your main card, of course, but you also have backup number 1, a little bit of cash tucked away somewhere separately. And backup number 2, a digital wallet all set up on your phone. See? 3 different options. The key lesson here is super simple but incredibly important. Never, ever rely on just one way to pay. Okay, you've done the work, you've learned the terms, you've analyzed the scenarios, you've prepared for emergencies. It is time for the final exam. Let's apply everything we've talked about and officially earn you that payment expert title. First up, we've got the student athlete. They're always rushing from class to practice to the bus. They need speed and simplicity above all else. So, the perfect tool for them? A mobile payment. Tap, pay, and they're on their way. All they need is their phone. Next, let's meet the tech enthusiast. This person is buying stuff online from all over the world, and for them, top priority is maximum security. We already know the answer to this one, don't we? The best tool is hands down the credit card for that ironclad fraud protection and liability buffer. And finally, our frequent traveler. They need something that works pretty much anywhere in the world, protects big purchases like plane tickets, and maybe even throws in a few perks. The obvious choice here is a solid travel credit card. And that is a wrap. We've gone all the way from the basics of a simple transaction to building expert-level payment strategies. You now have the knowledge and the tools to make smarter, safer choices every single time you pay. So the final question isn't for me, it's for you. Now that you have the tools, how are you going to use this to take control of your own financial decisions? Class dismissed.